weekend I'm gonna try and bust out a STI swap into this Forester. I've got a lot of work. Brembo's all the way around. A 6-speed R180 rear diff, a sleeved motor going into it, with an FP black. Down the line, we're gonna get a fuel system into it. First steps are fixing the suspension situation. Basically, what's going on is we have coilovers in the rear, not in the front. Stock suspension in the front right now, so I need to get the rear knuckles off the STI and the rear axles so that we can get the Brembos on in the rear. And then the BC coilovers that are on the STI are going onto the Forester. I've got some other going onto that. So as soon as we get the suspension dialed, I'm gonna be happy. I want the car to be rollable. FP black, Tomei, unequal length headers, a couple other goodies, but this should be a pretty rad car. We're expecting, again, 500 horsepower to the wheels. With the top mount, it's gonna spool really quick. It should be pretty fun. Yeah, I'm gonna get right to it. I'm gonna start off with the STI and rip this thing down. Got everything out of the STI, suspension, all the knuckles, axles. I ended up pulling off the e-brake shoes. It's out of convenience rather than go out my carpet. Well, it's really not that much work, so I was like, whatever. This is where the Forester sits as of right now. I pulled the motor out 2 days ago. 5-speed is coming out, the rear diff is coming out. The goal for today is to get it sitting on suspension and the wheels off the STI. And before I can set it down, I need to get the 6-speed in. And so I think that's probably where I'm gonna stop today. I got the rear diff dropped out. The transmission is ready to go, so that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Waiting to do the knuckles until I have the rear diff in, just so I can just shove the axles in, don't have to anything. Yeah, it should be pretty breezy. I'm getting an early start. It's supposed to be a little bit over 90 today. Start early and then get out of here early. Yeah, time lapse. So I'm gonna ground on the diff, and eventually I'll get that 6-speed up in there. I'll hopefully remember to film it, and then after we get that in, then I can start putting it back together and move on to the motor. Okay, we're getting into the heat of the day. I spent the morning just kind of wrapping up a couple loose ends. Got the rear knuckles wrapped up. Got the Brembos on the rears just because with the knuckles being from the STI, the e-brake drum is considerably larger, and so the stock single piston brake calipers or brake rotors won't even fit on. So I got the Brembos down here. Alright, she's a roller again, so she's got everything wrapped up, and here we are. Not bad. Fitment on these coilovers is perfect. Like, I got probably a roll in order here, but 2 fingers, that's normally a good sign. The fronts are perfect. These will be good. So I just torqued down the axle nuts and the wheels. I'm gonna throw the covers back on them, and we'll probably push it out for the evening. Okay, it is Tuesday. We got some pretty gnarly fires going on, pretty close to where I'm at. So my coworkers are all dealing with evacuations right now. It really blows, but I got the shop to myself. I'm gonna try and knock out this motor. So this is the sleeved motor. I have to transfer the wiring harness from the original Forester motor onto this motor. We've already got fuel rails, oil feed lines, good stuff like that, and so should be pretty quick. I've got to do a couple things in the engine bay really quick, and then we'll go ahead and drop this thing in. What I do first startup, spent the majority of the day fixing fuel leaks, wrong starter, dealt with all that, and so we're about to knock this out. Got everything primed already, just plug the crank sensor back in, and we're gonna see what happens. Ready? Do it. that's that. I'm gonna finish the burping, and then go ahead and pull it out. I might throw an STI cap back on for the time being, so it's not like this. But overall, everything sounds great. No leaks. Yeah, we're golden right now, so I think I need to get the Brembos on the front still, so I'll do that at some point here. But for now, she's wrapped up.